Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on ChatGPT Demystified, hosted by DYPMS and IACSD. Let me introduce myself. My name is Deepak Shinde. I work as a marketing manager at IACSD. I'm joining with Mr. Keshav Kumar, who is a director, marketing placement at IACSD. And today it's a resource person, Dr. Shantanu Pathak, who done his PhD computer science with a specialization in machine learning. He is carrying more than 17 years of experience in the technology like R programming, Python, and machine learning. We'll give a brief, the small introduction about who we are and where we are coming from. So we are part of DY Party Pratishthan, which is a charitable trust founded in 1991. We are in the field of education as medicine, Ayurveda, homeopathy, physiotherapy, engineering, architecture, IT, pharmacy, arts, science, commerce, and management. Dr. D.Y. Patil Group has created educational facilities of international standard at Pune, Kolhapur, and Mumbai. It caters to the educational needs of more than 50,000 Indian students and foreign students. The few points which we can consider about the DYPMS, which is our MBA institute. Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management Studies, DYPMS, is one of the illustrious galaxy of educational endeavor of D.Y. Patil Pratishthan. The institute is committed to provide the very best education and become the top MBA institute. The institute is housed in spacious and plus building located 125 acres land in Akudi area. We are affiliated with the Savitribai Phule Pune University, which called as SPPU. We also have accreditation of NBA and NAC. About the IACSD, IACSD is an authorized training center of CDAC Acts. Institute for Advanced Computing Software Development, IACSD, was set up in 1991. So this year we are celebrating 25 years of legacy. Center for Development and Advanced Computing, CDAC, is the premier R&D organization of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for carrying R&D in IT electronics with the relevant or associate area. At IACSD, we nurture and develop skilled manpower in the field of electronics. This is the few course which we run at IACSD. So basically the first course, which called as a pre-CAT, which is a preparation course for CDAC entrance exam, which called as CCAT. And this is the major course which we run, which is a post-graduation diploma in advanced computing. Then post-graduation diploma in big data analytics. The third course is post-graduation diploma in IT infrastructure, system and security. Additionally, we run some certification course, which called as a certification course in data science. With this introduction, I would request the faculty, Mr. Keshav sir, to say few words about this webinar. Over to Keshav sir.
Thank you, Deepak. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So, good evening, all the participants, my colleague, Dr. Shantanu, the resource person for the webinar on ChatGPT. He is a doctorate in machine learning. Close to my voice is low. Just 1 second. I believe I am on full. I hope I am audible clearly. I mean, if it is there at some end, then probably you need to check at your end whether your voice volume of the laptop or mobile is on a higher note. Okay. So coming back, Dr. Shantanu has your voice is, yes, voice is low. Deepak, kindly check my voice is low or what?
No, sir, the voice is correct.
Good.
It's quite
Voice-
good.
Quite good, na? Okay.
Yes, not low at all.
Not low at all, na? Okay. So Dr. Shantanu has close to 20 years of experience, and he has been in academics and industry, and he has been associated with our organization for last 4 5 years. Prior to also that, he was associated in the freelancing mode. Now he's a part and parcel of DY Patil Group. We have two institutions, as Deepak has already shared. We have got a CDAC Institute and we have got a management college. At management college, we have got specializations in marketing, finance, analytics, operations. And at CDAC, that is ISCSD, we have got three full-time programs, PGDAC, DBDA, and details, and we have got a preparatory program. Apart from that, we also run some specialized certification courses on data science, data analytics, which are 6 months in association with DVIPRF. And we have been arranging such kind of sessions for the benefit of all the engineers, graduates, faculty, trainers, postgraduate diploma holders, and also the people who want to enhance their knowledge in the area of data science, data analytics, or technical fields. Now, I'll not take much of your time. I would request Dr. Shantanu to begin the session and hope we will have a few more sessions, you know, after this, looking at the feedback and all. And we will arrange a series of sessions wherein probably all of you will get to know more about ChatGPT and how it works and what are the details about ChatGPT and what are transformers. Over to you, Shantanu sir.
Yes. Thank you, Keshav sir. Thank you, Deepak sir. So guys, nice to see you all. I got some, I got some graphs from the registrations, and I came to know that there are a lot of people who are interested in ChatGPT, how it works, and going in the details of it. So let's dive into ChatGPT. What is it and how it works? We will try to go in some details today, and more depth we will go, as Keshav sir already told. We'll try to have some series, okay, so that we will go in the more details later. Okay, so agenda. Roughly, we have this agenda. It's session 1 today. Okay. Okay, what's the ChatGPT? What are the advantages? What's the architecture overview of ChatGPT? How overall, at a overall level, how it works, and then we will dive into the detailed architecture, and then once we go in the detailed architecture, we will understand how the transformer, okay, which is recent, like in 2016, it was coined by Google scientists, transformers, and how from that time it has been into ChatGPT, and how ChatGPT evolved, or what are the kind of contributions of transformers in ChatGPT. Then we will also understand the vector DB, which is the you can say the database which is used by ChatGPT for retrieving the data, or finding the answers. And then we will talk about prompt engineering, which is the latest termed coin regarding ChatGPT, that how we can use these large language models, or ChatGPT, as a particular agent or a specialized resource. And then such multiple agents or resources can be put together to form a bigger kind of a solution. Then we will also talk about limitations of ChatGPT, because as we know, we are coming from science background. So we should always know that as there are advantages, there are some limitations of every technology or everything in this world. So we'll talk about limitations, and then we will also point out some do's and don'ts. Uh, because of the limitations, we have to take care of some things while dealing with ChatGPT. And in the advanced sessions, we will be dealing with why ChatGPT is able to give the right answers, what is enabling it. Then we will be going the details of the transformer working in deep learning, dive deep into it in the advanced session. Then we will also go in the details of vector DB and its applications. Can we use LLMs for, rather than just a ChatGPT, can we use it to customize for a particular organization. So can we take one LLM or one ChatGPT model and customize it for, let's say, think about Tata Motors. Now they want to customize one kind of a chatbot for giving answers regarding Tata Motors. So, uh, you know, like that, details of vector DB and its applications. Also, we will be going in advanced sessions. We'll be going the details that why ChatGPT is having those limitations, which we will discuss today, and what are the future scenarios with ChatGPT. Now, what's ChatGPT? A chat bot. Okay, it's a chat bot trained over a very large data, which can interact with users in different languages and generate answers for user queries. So, understand there are a few things about ChatGPT. One thing is it is trained. We have to know that it's not doing something magic. It is trained on a huge amount of data, or rather continuously getting trained. And uh, it the thing is that it can generate the answer rather in its own language. It's a kind of a summary in own language. That is one very much a special thing which was not there in maybe Google search engine or Yahoo search engine and many search engines. They never provided a summary kind of results. And ChatGPT is like, you ask a question, it will search on around and it will give you a summary answer rather than you need to search and click on the link and search for the answer. Okay. So that is one specialty of ChatGPT, the generating of the answers for the queries. So let's understand what is GPT. Its long form is generative pre-trained transformer. So GPT, what is generative? After selecting a desired answer. So what happens is that ChatGPT receives a user input. User wants to know about something. So ChatGPT takes that as input and it searches for some answers. Now it has got maybe think about 10 answers. Now, after selecting those 10 answers, it generates a summary out of those 10 answers and presents it to a user. Okay, so that is generative thing. Then uh, another point is pre-trained. It is already trained. So ChatGPT uses a complex neural network with which are trained on very large data to find answers to user queries and generated summary. So understand, guys, that ChatGPT is not a simple neural network or one neuron or something. It is a very large neural network. Uh, very large, and that's why it is called as large language model. Okay, we will see some details in few coming slides. So it is trained on very large amount of data. Bigger the size of the neural network, more training is required, more kind of GPUs or CPUs are required, more computation power, more amount of time you have to spend on the training. So ChatGPT is not created in one day. It has gone into lots and lots of research since many years. So it is a pre-trained model, and then it is transformer, which is the T in GPT. So transformer is backbone of ChatGPT because whatever we are talking about, the generative part or pre-trained part, uh, this is possible because of the transformer. Okay, we will see shortly what are these things and try to discuss them in a brief way. Okay. Yes, somebody has turned on the mic by mistake, I think. Okay. See. So this is a complex neural network which consists of encoder and decoder. It can be trained to process queries and generate summary. Okay, so that's a transformer. Now, based just like ChatGPT, many other companies have introduced similar products like Gemini, Llama, and many other products which are very similar to ChatGPT. Okay. Uh, yes, a very good question by Vivo 1933, that is ChatGPT supervised machine learning? You can say partially true. Okay, partially it is not true in the sense because it is generative. So it can generate new responses. So it is not strictly supervised, but at the same time, it is trained on huge amount of data. How it is getting the generative capacity is because it has been trained on huge amount of data. So in one sense, you can say it is supervised learning. Okay, so it is blend of both. Okay, if I don't know if you know generative adversarial neural networks, it is a blend of both supervised and unsupervised network combined. So some part it is generating on its own, but that generation, like think about, uh, I have some understanding of machine learning and deep learning, and I'm presenting you this chat GPT. My brain is constructing the sentences on the go. So has anyone trained me to generate exactly the same sentences? No, nobody has told me to generate exactly same sentences. Okay, but at the same time, I have been trained on the concept of deep learning, chat GPT, and understanding, and I'm giving a summary understanding to you. Okay, so that's the way it is trained and kind of supervised and unsupervised. Okay, I hope it answers your question. Now, okay, so what are the advantages of ChatGPT, or why it is so powerful? Because it is trained on huge data. What is the constitution of such a data? That most of the data which is used for training of ChatGPT is a common crawl. That means they have, they have searched or they have gone through a lot of websites, text data, lots and lots of coding websites. So they have collected huge amounts of data from different websites. And then what they have done is they have trained ChatGPT on it. Plus, uh, they have collected lots of books and lots of Wikipedia pages, especially to be specific, English Wikipedia and many other languages as well. But then English Wikipedia, they have collected specifically for training ChatGPT basics. Now you can see the vastness, okay, of training. You can see here, understand GPT-3, which was released in 2022, 2 years back. This model was released. So it is having 175 billion parameters, okay, 175 billion parameters. So these many parameters, or you can say in very short, you can say more than 10 billion neurons, a very large neural network. It requires a lots and lots of words or text data to get trained. Also, at one time means how much large input you can give to ChatGPT to get a right answer. You can use 2024 tokens, that is words, means 2000, roughly 2000 words you can supply at a time. When you're asking ChatGPT a question, you can supply 2000 words at a time and still it will be able to process it. So all these website data, all these data, it has taken in form of such tokens that 2000 words at a time, and then it has processed it. So it has been trained extensively. Okay, so you can say GPT-3, which was the initial thing which was launched in 2022. Then recently, they have customized GPT-3 because of its some of the limitations. They have overcome some of the limitations, and they have customized it to GPT-4, which is 1.76 trillion parameters, which is a very huge amount. And now you can ask this latest chat GPT, which is GPT-4, with 8,000 words. You can ask a question which contains 8,000 words or 32,000 words as well. They are supported. Obviously, this is released under chargeable models. It is not free. GPT-4 is not free. GPT-3, 3.5, they are free. So you can try them out. Whatever chat GPT you are trying out is free. GPT-3 or 3.5 based models. GPT-4 is recently launched by Microsoft and OpenAI, which is chargeable for every query and tokens. Now, understand that such a huge amount of data it has, and here is a graph. We can see that more than 60% of data which is used for training in ChatGPT is taken from the crawl, okay, from different websites. That is web crawling. And another very important advantage of ChatGPT is it responds in a summary manner. See, many a times people used to have this problem with when they were doing Google search, that they many times get confused that which link is right. Then many times they don't understand that link one is saying something and link two is saying something. What am I supposed to conclude? Also, there are some websites or Google or search engines which promote advertisements in their search results. So users were not very happy with just doing the search engines. So this GPT, what they have done is they are presenting the complete answer as a summary, as one answer, one direction given to the user. Now this makes uh, user interaction very easy, in the sense user is quite okay, quite clear what am I supposed to do, or what is the kind of response I'm getting from the chat gpt. There is no confusion like this link says this link says that, something like this. So that is another advantage of chat gpt, and believe me guys, this is one of the really selling point, okay, really a point because of which chat gpt people like chat gpt. Okay. Also, the chatting mode. Okay. Chatting mode in the sense that ChatGPT is having a dialogue with the users. It is not that a ChatGPT, you just ask a question and it forgets what question you asked. So you can ask a question and say, okay, I want a detailed answer. I want further more details, something like this. Or you can ask specific, like let's say I ask about uh, tell me something about my country, India. So maybe ChatGPT will give a summary that, okay, India is a growing country and some details, it was formed in 1947 and like this. So some details it will give. Now I want a special area, how India is doing in IT sector. Okay, I want to ask. Or let's say how India is doing in particular sector. So there is a flow when user is interacting with the chat gpt. There is a flow in the conversation. So it is a conversation, it is a chatting, and that's what again makes, for a layman, for a person who is a general user of technology, this becomes a very comfortable thing. Like think about there are some chat bots. I know they are not so popular, but like Zomato, you place order on Zomato. How many of you place orders on Zomato? Type Y in the chat box, please. Right? So many of you, right? Yeah. So you must have dealt with the chatbot of Zomato. Where is my order? How much time it will take? Or it's showing the delivery location or delivery guy's contact number or something. Yeah, you might have seen that. So it is going in a flow like a dialogue. So that is one more very big advantage which came in with the chat GPT. Okay, where it is like having a continuous interaction with the user. Now, guys, let us try to understand that how at a very broad level ChatGPT works. Okay, at a very broad level. So it is going to get some user query. Okay, so see here there is some input query which is coming from the user. User is asking something that, okay, tell me about the best course, training course for fresh graduates. Okay. something like this. Now, ChatGPT needs to process the query. First, it needs to understand what is the query, what user wants to know. It has to understand the words of the user, sequence of the words of the user, and understand the intent of the user and such things. So first thing is we need to process the query. We need to understand the query. And then regarding the query, we need to find the answers from existing data, whatever we have, or uh, the relevant material which is there with us. Okay. We need to find the answer from it. And once we get some rough kind of an answer, now what we need to do is we need to summarize those answers or a particular answer in a language of the user. Like think about uh, if I want to explain ChatGPT to a person in sixth class, think about a student in a sixth class. I need to explain in ChatGPT. I will use different words, but I am speaking to all of you guys. Many of you are coming from a good technical background, and most of you have done some kind of a degree course or something. So you are technically quite well situated, and I am discussing with all of you, right? But think about if I am discussing with some other uh, people or some other background, I will have to present the answers, or I will have to present the same PPT in a very different way, right? Uh, any of you having such a experience? किसी को ऐसा experience है क्या कि आपने छोटे बच्चों से डील किया है या एकदम ओल्ड लोगों से डील किया है जहाँ पे उनको समझाना, कोई कंसेप्ट समझाना ये टास्क, या how many of you explained how to use mobiles or WhatsApp to your parents? Yes, it requires kind of different vocabulary. Yes, how many of you agree that अगर तुम्हें क्राउड अलग है, अगर ऑडियंस अलग है, उनका बैकग्राउंड अलग है, तो उनको अलग तरीके से प्रेजेंट करना होगा, राइट? It's not possible that I use the same language, same technical words to everyone, right? It's not possible like that. So now understand that that is how it is customizing the summary. Okay. Now let us go in the depth of it. Now let us understand in depth how your chat GPT is going to kind of process the inputs, okay, handle them. So there are few technical terms we will explain you as we go ahead, okay, step by step. I'm just giving you overview on this slide, and we will go in the depth one by one. So the first thing is there is a user interface. You can send your query from your mobile, from your email, from your Twitter, from your computer. There are so many ways, from your Skype, from your Word. So many ways you can send a query. So that is called as natural language query. You will generally send the query in simple English words, right? Simple English में आप एक कुछ question लिखोगे chat GPT के लिए. And now there has to be some security, or you can say scrutiny, because there are some people trying to use chat GPT in a wrong way. Okay. Okay. So there has to be some scrutiny check. Like there was a video published that how you can generate nuclear launch codes using chat GPT. So that is very much potentially risky thing from a world population or human population point of view. So such queries, or think about how to create a bomb or something. So such kind of queries, they need to be limited by ChatGPT. So that's why ChatGPT has a security layer. Then it tries to understand the intent of the user, what user is trying to say from the query. Okay, like I said, I will ask about please tell me more about my nation, India. So now if I'm asking ChatGPT about India, so it is trying to understand my intent ki why ये क्यों पूछना चाहता है, क्योंकि many a times rather than just the words in the question, intent of the question is more important than words in the question, right? Like uh, understand that, let's say some of you or one of you asked me some question, but then he is not from a technical background, then I have to answer in a particular way, understanding his intent that he needs to understand the basics. So अगर किसी को बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए उसके लिए अलग आंसर आएगा, लेकिन अगर किसी को ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जो इंटेंट करता है डिटेल्ड अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए, so then there will be a separate response. So ये understanding the user intent is very important, and there is a lots and lots of research which has gone through in many years called as natural language understanding. Okay. So guys, understand, see, how many of you know who is Turing? तुम कितने लोगों को ट्यूरिंग पता है? ट्यूरिंग जिसने कंप्यूटर बनाया, फर्स्ट कंप्यूटर, एलन ट्यूरिंग, कितने लोगों को पता है? Okay, few of you know. Okay, so guys, see, he said, Alan Turing said, natural language, okay, understanding the human language, okay, it's a very, very complicated task, okay. जैसे आपने ये एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा, और यू माइट हैव एक्सपीरियंस दिस थिंग कि सेम sentence in different scenarios, makes a very different kind of impact, right? Same sentence. Okay. Yes. So can you give me some example कि give me one sentence, ऐसा एक sentence बताओ जो अलग अलग सिचुएशन में अलग अलग मीनिंग निकलता है उसका. Can you think about such a sentence? Think about it. Yes, the fish is ready to eat. Okay, she sat on the bank. रुक मत जाओ. Okay, रुको मत जाओ. Yeah. So yeah, same. See, same sentence. It is English. We are dealing with it, but then same sentence makes different meanings. So guys, how was the event? Yes. So there can be many such sentences. So understanding the user intent, that is not an easy task. Okay. So there is a lots and lots of research which went into it, and guys, as we discussed earlier, huge amount of data was spent or was used to train to understand how we can extract the user's intent from the query. हमें कैसे समझ में आएगा कि यूजर को बोलना क्या है? Okay, so it is one of the challenging tasks. We will see how it has been done at an overview level. Today we will discuss, and later in advanced sessions we will go in the depth of it. Now, once we understand the intent of the user, कि user को बोलना क्या है, करना क्या है, what he wants to say, then we will try to find the answer in the knowledge base. So first we got a query, we run some security check, then we understood the intent of the user, then we have some knowledge base, we have huge amount of data with us, huge amount of documentation, huge amount of internet resources we have along with us. And what we are doing is we are trying to understand the answer from this knowledge base. So we send that intent or send that query to the knowledge base. Now knowledge base, we search best of the answers, best of the matching answers, few answers. Understand, for a general query, there won't be a single answer. There would be options available. 1 or 2 or 3 answers will come from the knowledge base. So knowledge base generates some answers, few answers, maybe few answers. Okay, it will generate some answers. Now these answers will be, now understand, again, already search engines are doing the same thing, right? So there is a Yahoo search, there is Google search, there is a DuckDuckGo search. There are so many search engines, we are doing the same thing, that they are taking the user input, querying it, searching in the knowledge base and responding to the user. Now, what is the kind of difference? Okay, ChatGPT is bringing in. ChatGPT is bringing in this. That is natural language generation. It is generating a summary or a it is presenting the answer in a manner that user can understand it very easily. इस तरह से यूजर को प्रेजेंट करो कि यूजर को समझ में आए कि वो क्या बोलना चाहता है. Okay, the kind of answer in a summary, in point wise manner. Okay, how many of you experience this with ChatGPT? When you send it, you get a summary and you get a kind of point wise answer. This is one important point, two important point number 3. आई एम श्योर जब तुमने ये वेबिनार का लिंक देखा तो तुमने चैट जीपीटी पे सर्च किया होगा चैट जीपीटी आर्किटेक्चर, राइट? yes. And you must have got some stepwise answer, right? So yes, this is the specialty. This is the additional step one extension what ChatGPT is doing. And once it generates a summary, it is kind of having a capability of explaining the, जैसे let's say some students, they use ChatGPT to get some Python codes or Java codes. So if you ask some questions regarding some source code of Python and you ask explain, okay, explain the source code, explain in detail. So what will happen? ChatGPT has this a particular kind of framework which will take one sentence and explain that, go in the details of it, more details of it, and present the explanation part to the user. So it can summarize, it can give its summary, as well as it can explain every sentence by sentence, like that. So these capabilities are making ChatGPT different. Now understand one more thing, guys. This is fine. This is like one very important difference. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes? Okay. There was a glitch from the network, so I thought am I audible or not. Okay, fine. So, okay, guys, no problem. Okay, so guys, understand that we are sending, there is a user interface, we are sending a query to the user. Okay, we are sending a query to the user. User is, sorry, our ChatGPT is trying to understand the query, searching in knowledge base, and returning a summary or returning an explanation, whatever is asked by the user. Now, when the ChatGPT responds, one more very important thing what they have added in ChatGPT is user feedback loop that is called as reinforcement learning. Okay, so we will see this in brief. What is reinforcement learning and how it is making the ChatGPT architecture strong. So guys, understand that ChatGPT is not limiting itself for one response. ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है कि बस वो respond करके छोड़ रहा है. It wants some user feedback कि did user like the answer? Was it helpful? Like वो done. Have you seen those kind of now they are giving thumbs up kind of a smiley there, or there is a smiley that you okay, or there is a don't like button that you downvote it, upward, downward. Those kind of options have come, right? They want user the okay. So okay, user feedback, and yes, this okay, and I think, yeah, he's saying that multiple answers can also be generated by ChatGPT. Yes, that is right. Because if there can be potential two answers which are equally very important in some field, then it will give two options and you can choose one of them. That is right. Now, like think about a medical treatment or something. So it is not always that one particular kind of a treatment would be taken by a user. Or think about you ask about some career options after graduation. What are the career options? So there can be n number of career options, and looking at your kind of background, maybe two or three can be relevant, and ChatGPT can select suggest that yes, there can be multiple answers to the same thing. Like one more thing is you can also go in drill down, like there is an answer by ChatGPT. Now you can, what you can do is explain more. So it will have a detailed answer. And again, you can say explain more, it will have more detailed answer to whatever you asked. Okay. Yes. So such kind of thing can be done. Okay. So this is the difference, that it is looking for the user feedback. And based on the user feedback, it is going to learn. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Shazia. Yes, I'm not clear with your question. Can you ask it? If possible, unmute and ask. Okay, Shazia is saying if I say simple way of answering the same question, then it will generate another response. Yes, that's right. It will refurbish the answer. It will generate the summary in a different way. That's right. In a simpler layman's language. And if you tell it to answer like a pro, then it will go in the different details. Okay. Yes. Both the ways you can, ask the ChatGPT, go in a expert mode or go in a simple or generalized mode. Yes. So this is about the user feedback. Okay. Now guys, let us try to go ahead, drill down into each thing which we discussed on the previous slide. Now let's try to understand more in the technical details. What is natural language understanding, NLU? So I see that okay, when we say okay, when we say that there is a query from the user is sending some question. So first thing is we need to generate tokens from the user input. तो जो भी यूजर इनपुट आएगा, जो भी सेंटेंस आएगा, जैसे यहाँ पे here Shazia gave very nice kind of a thing that answer this question in a simple way. Okay, So if I say this thing to ChatGPT, so what it is trying to do? This ChatGPT has this. Answer this question in a simple way. So अब ये कैसे प्रोसेस करेगा उसको? First thing is it has to understand the tokens. सबसे पहले तो चैट जीपीटी को क्या करना होगा? सबसे पहले चैट जीपीटी को टोकन्स जनरेट करने होंगे. सो देयर इज अ सेंटेंस, यहाँ पे एक सेंटेंस दिया गया. From this sentence, it will generate some tokens. You can say in layman's word, token is a word. Okay, one word is one token in a very, very gross way. It is not always true, but then yeah. At a very gross level, we can say that. Now, we have separated the words. Okay, in a simple way like this. So what happens? So tokens are generated. Now, first thing is it has to understand the words from a language. So once it has got the input, it has separated the words. Now it is to understand every word. It has to understand that, okay, answer, what is meaning of answer? Answer this question in a simple way. What is meaning of simple way? So it has to understand the words or phrases. Okay, like see, there is a gulf of difference. Okay, between, see, if I say, just think about this, Windows operating system, and I say my balcony windows. Now see, Windows word, same word is coming, but then in different context, different sentence, different formation, same word has a different meaning altogether. Okay, so understand that it has to go in the depth of that word and understand that word, not just like kind of a match the word. It is not like take a word and match it. It can't do that. It has to extract the intent of the user, not only the words of the user, but intent of the word a user needs to be extracted. And that's why it has to understand that balcony windows and Windows operating system, these are two different Windows kind of stuff. Even if word Windows is same in both, their meaning is completely different. Yes, everyone agrees with me, right? So how does this happens? ये कैसे होता है कि नेचुरल लैंग्वेज अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज डेवलप्ड बाय चैट जीपीटी. ओके, ये हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखेंगे. ओके, वन मोर पॉइंट. Okay, one more thing is, guys, understand that sequence of words also matters. It's not that only one word matters. Like I say, Windows operating system. So it is a sequence. Balcony windows, this is a different sequence. And sequence, phrase. When sequence of word means in English, we say phrase. So like this, there can be phrases which mean different things completely. Sometimes a phrase may represent completely different thing rather than just the words. Okay, so now this is one thing which is very important task which is taken into account by GPT. We will see transformers. Okay, transformers, they contribute to this task of GPT. We will see how transformers which were built in 2016, okay, they contribute to this task of natural language understanding in coming slides. Now, then once we have natural language understanding, then comes knowledge base. Guys, understand knowledge base involves ready-made understanding of words or phrases from a language. Plus, it involves searching in the existing material. So knowledge base has an understanding about the words, vocabulary, and also has a lot of material where we can search for the answers. Now, because it is going to be huge amount of data, searching should be very effective and efficient. जब नॉलेज बेस में हम सर्च कर रहे हैं तो इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए, मतलब जो भी आंसर बाहर निकल के आ रहा है वो क्वालिटी आंसर होना चाहिए, प्लस जो भी क्वालिटी आंसर आ रहा है वो फास्ट होना चाहिए, क्विकली जनरेट होना चाहिए या क्विकली फाइंड होना चाहिए आंसर। ऐसा नहीं है कि क्वालिटी आंसर आने के लिए बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा है। तो दोनों चीजें होनी चाहिए, आंसर का क्वालिटी, जो नॉलेज बेस यूज करके आंसर जनरेट होगा उसका क्वालिटी रहना चाहिए, इफेक्टिव एंड इफिशिएंट इन द सेंस कि टाइम भी लिमिटेड टाइम में तुम्हें जनरेट करना है। ऐसा कभी हुआ है, एनीबडी फेस दिस दैट यू आर आस्किंग चैट जीपीटी सम क्वेश्चन एंड हाफ एन आवर यू आर वेटिंग फॉर द आंसर? एनीबडी have gone through this, that you ask a question? Okay. uh yeah, you don't need to wait for half an hour, even if it is looking for billions and billions of records, billions and billions of records, billion and billions of documents. So still it is not kind of taking long time. Why? So that is a special architecture of the knowledge base. ये knowledge base का खासियत है. We will talk about that in coming slides. Okay. Also, yeah. So based on the query, it is supposed to provide us the material. Okay. Uh, okay. Rajesh is asking about some limitation of ChatGPT. We'll talk about limitations of ChatGPT and why it is not able to do few things. And we'll in coming slides. Okay, Rajesh. Now, that was the knowledge based part. Now understand there is natural language generation. We already talked about it, that the very big advantage of ChatGPT is that it is going to generate a summary. That summary will be presented to the user. Then another thing is reinforcement learning, which is accept the user inputs and provide the response, understand the reward or penalty. Did the user like this, upvote it or downvote it? Is user saying that this is not the right answer, give me the correct one? Or if user says this is wrong answer, then ChatGPT says sorry. How many of you seen that? Because see, uh, it has to understand the response of the user. Let's say user says somebody was saying that explain in more details or explain in simple words. So when user is going to have such a dialogue, so you need reinforcement learning kind of thing to understand, is user accepting your response, yeah, rejecting your response. Okay. And then chatbot continuously, and chatbot, what it does is because of the chatbot feature, it continuously engages the user in question answer mode and keeps track of previous questions or responses by the user. Okay. So that these are the parts, major parts of the architecture. Now let's go in the details of natural language generation and natural language understanding. So what how does it work? So understand that there is a very, very special architecture which is used by ChatGPT for having the understanding of the user questions and generating responses. Okay. So now what is that? The special architecture is decoder only architecture. Now, guys, I'll tell you what is decoder only architecture. So this is very, very kind of a special thing. It is decoder only architecture, or also known as casual decoder architecture. You can see that GPT-2, GPT-3, they use this architecture. We will go in the details of it. Okay, more technical details soon. So decoder. So what happens here is there are many layers of decoders. There are many decoders put in. And what these decoders are trained for is they are just trained for generating one next word at a time. They will not generate large responses, but they are trained to generate one word at a time. So if you tell one word, then the next word will be generated. Like India is a growing. If I say India is a growing, if I give only this much sentence to a decoder, now it will say country. Okay. So why it is so? Because it is being trained to generate one token which is missing, or one token, like fill in the blanks, right? Fill in the blanks thing. What is the next thing will come in this particular sentence? Okay. Now, how does this decoder works? That let's say I want to say India is a growing. This is the input I am giving it to the decoder. So all these words at a time, decoder processes all the given tokens. तो ये कितने token हो गए? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 tokens. India is a growing. Okay. So there is token number 1, token number 2, token number 3, token number 4. And we are given a blank space in front of this where decoder has to respond. What is the next token, next word? Okay. So fifth word decoder को देना है. So चारों के चारों word at a time decoder process all given words tokens for चारों के चारे. And now what it does is it does generate probability of all the possible words. So what it will do is from its vocabulary, let's say there is a vocabulary of English words. Okay. So what our decoder will do is it will generate, okay, what is the chance that, what is the probability that India is a growing city? What is the chance that there is state, India is growing state? What is the probability that United States, India is growing United States? What is the probability that, okay, India is a union territory, or like that? Are you understanding? There will be many words, and there will be also a word country. So what will happen now? Now, whatever probabilities it is generating, out of these probabilities, there will be many words which will have high probability words, which will have high probability. जो आने के possibilities है, okay? Like we know India is a country, so it's like there will not be any other word matching this. But think about some man, we are asking about some particular uh, celebrity, okay? Some actress or some actor or some famous business persons. So if we are kind of asking about them, so there can be many words which will be most probably can be chosen, okay, as a response. So what the ChatGPT is going to do is going to allocate some particular amount of probability to all these words which are high probability words. Now, these high probability words which have very high probability to come in the fill in the blanks place, what it will do is it goes back to the database. So it has a knowledge base. It has a knowledge base, right? We discussed this. There is a knowledge base of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT gets a sentence. Now this sentence it generates the, okay, using the decoders. The ChatGPT is getting this sentence as an input. Here it goes. Now these decoders, they are generating some kind of probabilities. Now these most probable words we will find in the knowledge base. We'll find that, okay, what are the related sentences? What are the related documents what is the related material to these words, okay, and the user input and this word, how they go together in complete knowledge base, okay, how well they are going. मतलब ऐसा नहीं होगा कि सिर्फ वर्ड प्रेडिक्ट कर दिया, वो वर्ड उस सेंटेंस में कितना फिट हो रहा है ये भी तो चेक करना पड़ेगा. सो इट विल चेक कि if I put this word in this sentence, is there anything available in the complete knowledge base? Okay, so it will sample from the knowledge base, and once it gets some samples from the knowledge base, let's say it gets some 5-6 samples from the knowledge base, then it will generate the the token, finalize the token and generate it. So understand guys, because it is sampling from the knowledge base, is it returning highest probability word? वो सिर्फ एक word which is having highest probability is it returning? No, it's not only returning highest probability word. What it is doing is when there is a high probability words, it is searching in the knowledge base the related documents, and based on that it is generating that kind of word. Okay, that is the difference between a simple machine learning task or simple task and the generative part of ChatGPT. It is not limiting itself to just every time it will return the fixed response. So understand, because there is samples it is finding from the data set, okay, that is the knowledge base. So every time there is possibility of different way to generate the same response. तो अलग sentence में अलग you may have different sentence formation, okay, you may get a little bit different answer, variations in the answer, even if answer may be same. Okay, so this is achieved by this particular thing of you know decoder only architecture. So decoder takes the sentence as an input, and at a time it is going to only generate the next token. How it generates the next token is most high probability words it finds, and using these words it is going to sample in the original knowledge base, and from that samples it is going to generate the summary and respond to you. Okay. Any clarification anybody has on this slide? Anybody wants a specific question regarding what is natural language generation and natural language understanding? How ChatGPT is able to do it? Okay, let's move ahead. Now, guys, understand that whatever we saw in this slide, obviously it is not a plaything that natural language generation, natural language understanding. It's not so easy as it sounds when we are speaking, right? जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं कि हाँ नेचुरल लैंग्वेज जनरेशन होता है, नेचुरल लैंग्वेज अंडरस्टैंड होता है, बट देन इट्स नॉट सो इजी, राइट? सो what is the backbone? Why ChatGPT is able to understand things or able to generate new things? The main contribution is of the transformers. Okay. So first contribution of transformers, guys, if you look back in the history of deep learning in year, or I would say natural language processing, in year 2016, there were many major contributions to the technical aspects of deep learning and AI and machine learning. One of the major contributions was transformers. Okay, so transformers, they were contributed from Google scientists majorly, and obviously there were individual research at other places as well. The major contribution was from Google side. Now, what was something which was very different than many other neural networks which were existing in 2016. ऐसा क्या चीज है ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स में जो उसको बहुत अलग बनाता है? And that's why after 2016, almost like in natural language processing, almost everybody started using transformers rather than using simple neural networks. Okay, why? How this thing happened? The first thing, guys, understand the first challenge which is faced by any computer on earth. Okay, take it your mobile, take it your laptop, anything. Okay, कुछ भी ले लो, इसमें अगर तुम्हें स्ट्रिंग इनपुट है, टेक्स्ट इनपुट है, उसको अगर तुम्हें कन्वर्ट करना है इनटू नंबर्स, कंप्यूटर कैन नेवर अंडरस्टैंड टेक्स्ट डायरेक्टली. कंप्यूटर को ये टेक्स्ट कभी भी नहीं समझ में आएगा. कंप्यूटर को अगर तुमने बोला ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स, कंप्यूटर नेवर अंडरस्टैंड दिस ट्रांसफॉर्मर वर्ड. इट ओनली अंडरस्टैंड्स बाइनरी, राइट? यस गाइस, computer only understand one thing. It understand only zeros and ones. Yes, doesn't understand word or something, meaning of word and sentence. Such thing is not understood by computer. So one of the major thing which we need is that converting the strings or text into numbers. And this was a great contribution by word embeddings, which happened. This happened roughly in 2012, 2013. Okay, MIT University and many other kind of professors, many other researchers, Google, they contributed to this thing called as word embeddings. So they invented that how one word can be represented into a vector form. Okay, and that was a big turning point in natural language processing, and that is the basis of transformer. So transformer uses word embeddings to understand the words, to understand the meaning of the words, understand the relationship between different words. Okay, so first thing which transformers bring is converting strings to number using word embeddings. Second thing, what transformers bring into ChatGPT is maintaining the sequence of words. Guys, my PhD my major topic was in natural language processing. I was working extensively in this area. I worked roughly 7.5 years. So guys, understand that in a natural language, like say I'll just give you an example. Okay, if I say I am in Pune. Okay, am I in Pune? So guys, just think about these two sentences. I have, the words are same. Okay, sorry. There is a typo. So words are same, but then you can see that here I am in Pune is a plain sentence. The meaning of this sentence is very different, and meaning of the question, this is a question, am I in Pune? Okay, I'm using the same word, but meaning is completely different. Why? Because the sequence of the words, right? If I write the same sentence like this, am in I Pune, will it make any understanding to you? ये समझेगा क्या तुम्हें कुछ? Pune, am in I, समझेगा? Will you understand anything out of this? Tell me. Will they make sense to you? होगा? कोई मीनिंग निकलेगा ये सेंटेंसेस का? Yes or no? You can respond. Yeah, there's no meaning to this. Why? Because the sequence of the words, they matter. Okay, So the second major contribution, what was brought by transformers, okay, was this thing that, okay, they helped maintaining the sequence of the words, that is called as positional encoding. Now, because of this, transformer can really understand the sequence, and because they are understanding sequence, okay, they are understanding the sequence, they understand, they are close to understanding the intent of the user. Okay. Now, one more very important thing, which is contribution from the transformer side, and in my understanding, few of the Google scientists, this again happened roughly in 2016, that is tokenization. Now, guys, understand, in the previous slides, we discussed that when I'm going to say some word, okay, uh, I'll say SIDAC is a super fast track. Right? So if I say SIDAC is a super fast track course. Now, when I say this fast track, now as such fast track, for many of you, okay, this may be a very common word. Abhi to काफी common हो गया. But think about when it was used initially. People were not knowing to what is fast track meaning. Or you can think about newer and newer terms people bring into, like acronyms. अलग अलग acronyms लोग बनाते रहते हैं. Can you give me some examples of acronyms which are like, because of the social media they have become popular, they may not be in part of our language, like, yeah, one of the acronym is WhatsApp. Okay, may people say WhatsApp, means no call WhatsApp. Okay, now what is WhatsApp, man? But then because of the social media, it has been YOLO. Yes, you only live once. Gen Z, right? Yeah, Gen Z. Okay, YOLO. Okay, so yeah, there can be such things, and now these tokens, these are become language. Now understand, think about, if I'm having some data of 2015. सोचो कि मेरे पास 2015 का डेटा है. ओके, जब तक ये योलो जेनजी आया ही नहीं था. Nobody was talking about Gen Z and YOLO in 2015. So now that time, if I am learning some tokenization, if I am saying this is a word, CDAC is a word, is a super fast track course, I am understanding these words. I have never seen Gen Z word, or I have never seen YOLO word. So now how I can handle the unknown words, na? So guys, see, transformers, they brought about one major thing, that they have an innovative tokenization algorithm. ऐसा एक tokenization algorithm उन्होंने बनाया which can handle even the unknown tokens, unknown words very effectively. Okay, we will go to that tokenization algorithm in the detailed session later. Today we will just give a brief of it, but then understand, guys, these are major contributions which are coming from transformers. And देखो, इसकी वजह से तो chat gpt is generative pre-trained. Pre-trained क्या है? What is the pre-trained thing? It is pre-trained transformer. ये transformer, why chat gpt core backbone part is transformer? Because all of these things, ये सब enable करता है transformer को चैट जीपीटी का बैकबोन बनने के लिए. एंड चैट जीपीटी इज एबल टू परफॉर्म सच हरक्यूलियन टास्क इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस बैकबोन कॉल्ड एज ट्रांसफॉर्मर. Okay, so now understand one more point is self attention. Now this is one of the very popular terminologies in natural language processing. ये बहुत popular हुआ था in last few words. Okay, Okay. So now understand what is self-attention meaning. I'll I'll just tell you in a very very brief way. Okay. Like summary form में present करूंगा. What's a self-attention? We discussed few things that same sentence may mean the same different. Okay. जैसे uh, uh, let's take an example that how looking at same sentence from different point of view we can find some different understandings. Like let's say Wikipedia is charitable trust. Okay, I'm not sure. Is it a charitable trust or basically is a charitable website? I would say. Okay, ये एक sentence है. This is one sentence. Very, very clear, very simple sentence, right? Now let us understand how looking at the same thing, seeing the same thing from various perspective makes a difference. Now, guys, think about there is a businessman. Think about there is a businessman and he reads this sentence. Businessman आया, उसने पढ़ा. वो क्या पढ़ेगा? What he will highlight in this? Yes, any one of you, can you tell me? From a businessman point of view, what will be the highlightable thing in this sentence? Wikipedia is charitable website. Okay, तो businessman क्या करेगा? Businessman will look at charitable है. Okay, if I am supposed to give some donation or something, or if I want some free stuff, maybe I will contact Wikipedia. बराबर? Think about there is a web developer. Okay, there is a web developer. Okay, एक वेब डेवलपर है, टेक्निकल उसको टेक्निकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स है. Okay, he has some technical understandings. He is having some web development background. So for a web developer, what he will look at? Web developer क्या देखे? He will say, look at website. Oh, Wikipedia website है. Okay, okay. I'll understand that. Okay, what is the architecture of the website? Whatever. Right? Right? So see, same sentence. When we are looking, seeing the same thing from different point of view, different thing makes a importance. अलग चीज important बन जाता है जब हम अलग perspective से देखते हैं उसको. Okay, so what is self attention doing? Self attention basically says that rather when you are finding the meaning of the word or when you are finding the important words, so what does your self attention says? That we will find important words using different perspectives. हम क्या करेंगे? अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से हम देखेंगे एंड अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से अलग अलग वर्ड्स देखेंगे. सो अब हम निकालेंगे, वी विल फाइंड आउट रिलेटेड वर्ड्स, वी विल फाइंड आउट इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स बट फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स. सो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि one word is important out of the whole sentence. There will be different words important from different perspectives. ऐसे. So from same sentence we can extract different meanings, we can extract different details from different perspectives. Okay, so that is what self attention is doing. And ये जो self attention है, that was again a contribution by transformers. And that's why natural language generation and natural language understanding, देखो all these things, ये सारी चीजें कंट्रीब्यूट कर रही है एनएलजी एंड एनएलयू को. अगर तुम्हारा सेल्फ अटेंशन स्ट्रांग है, अगर तुम अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से सेम सेंटेंस को अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हो, सो विल योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस बिकम डीपर? यस और नो? यस. सेम सब्जेक्ट मैटर, वी सी इट फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग टू इट डिपेंड्स. राइट? हमें देखना चाहिए, हमें सोचना चाहिए कि चैट जीपीटी, हम आज सोच रहे हैं कि we are understanding ChatGPT from a technical perspective, but think about ChatGPT from a business perspective. कि बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव, बिजनेस क्या बोलेगा कि चैट जीपीटी, अरे चैट जीपीटी रन करने के लिए कितना हार्डवेयर लगेगा? दैट वुड बी द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू बी आस्क्ड, राइट? इज देयर एनीवन, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स और समवन हियर? Okay, recently I was interacting with one of the organizations who are planning to build their own chat GPT. So now we in our interaction, we were having this discussion ki, okay, how we can have this kind of a hardware which will support the kind of computation or memory or power requirement for large language models like GPT, right? So that's what is self attention, and this all contributes to natural language understanding, natural language generation. Now, one more very important point regarding the natural language generation, okay, is encoding and decoding. So transformer architecture deals with the two things. There is an encoder and there is a decoder. So whatever user input is coming, encoder is going to encode it in some kind of a form, and ये जो encoded form होगा, this encoded form will be sent to the decoder, and decoder will generate the output. This is the architecture, okay, of a transformer. And now this architecture, first time it was heavily used for generating missing words or next words and generating the summary of the text, natural language processing tasks like classification of the sentences, and yes, when you are supposed to do a lot of detailed uh, kind of tasks in natural language processing, तब तुम encoding decoding architecture use करते हो. And it also can be trained for generating next tokens. Okay. Okay, guys, how is it going? Any clarification anybody wants? I know I'm going in little bit technical details, but still I am at very superficial level. हम जो discuss कर रहे हैं वो बहुत basic level पे, बहुत superficial level पे है. Okay, we can go in the depth of the architecture in the sense of the neural networks and how they work and how transformer. How many of you are interested in details of the transformer architectures and why GPT is having limitations and वो कैसे actually natural language understanding ये सब कैसे होता है, how all these things are happening and how the natural language generation or natural language understanding happens? How many of you are interested in the technical details? Please type Y in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So guys, don't worry. We will have a follow-up session. We will have a follow-up session where we will be, okay. Today we are presenting it at a general level. Okay. But still we are going the technical details at a general level. And that session, we will go in the deeper aspects of all these things. Okay. Well, now let's go ahead a bit. Now we saw, see, detailed architecture, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Out of that, we discussed about the 2 important parts, that is natural language understanding we have discussed. We have discussed natural language generation. So it is supported because of the transformers. Okay. Now let us move to another part, that is knowledge base. How the knowledge base works in details, let us try to understand. So knowledge base of ChatGPT, also popularly known as vector DB. Okay. So how does it work? Guys, as we already discussed that text or words are always processed by computers as numbers. हमेशा computers text को as a numbers treat करेंगे. They will never take them directly, literally. So there were many, जैसे simplest form, how the text is represented into numbers. The simplest form you can say is ASCII values, right? ASCII values, they just convert a character into a number, but there is no relationship of that number getting generated and the meaning of the word. Okay. So guys, for many years, like even myself, I started doing my PhD roughly in 2013. So at that time we were doing, I actually, that was my, you can say, one of my uh, technical motivation for doing PhD was to do something like this, ki how I can convert a word or phrase into a very effective number representation. Okay. So this was my motivation initially to take admission in PhD. Obviously, later on it modified because in 2012, 13, that was the time when Google introduced word embeddings, and many universities, many scientists, they worked on word embeddings, and that word embeddings, they really transformed the way people look at the words now. Okay. So guys, now understand, as of today, word embeddings are most efficient way to represent words. Why? Because here you can represent relationship between different words of a language. एक ही language के अलग अलग words, you can represent relationship between them, how far they are they synonyms, are they antonyms, are they very much similar, how much is the similarity, all such kind of thing can be found out. To be precise, okay, to be precise, you can actually, relationship between words can be found as a distance. So precisely you can find the distance between words, and because of this, what we can do is, let's say there is a word. This is a word. Think about, this is a vector, right? This is a vector. Word is a vector. So this vector. Now there is another vector, that is another word. So what is the distance between them? How far they are? Or there is another word which is very far from this word. So now we can find out. Now we can find out the similar words. Are you understanding? Because we are having this kind of a distance measuring technique is possible using word embeddings. Like I'll give an example which is very popular regarding word embeddings. Like if I say king is to queen, then man is to, we all know, women. Okay. Or you can say queen is to king, then women is to man. Okay. So why this is possible? Because they're very similar. In the similar context they are used. They are having a kind of a right distance between them, perfectly matched in that relationship. So this kind of relationships can be formed using word embeddings. Also, one more thing is, guys, previous to word embeddings आने से पहले, previous to word embeddings, words were represented with a single value. एक word, एक value, एक number. But word embeddings, they said each word is a vector of values. It is not a single value. Word embeddings, they convert a word into many values. How can you think about a single word? एक word है, what all different aspects, what all different dimensions it can represent. एक word run, ये word का अलग अलग point of view, अलग अलग aspects क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? Think about it. It's a verb. We can say this is a verb. As a meaning of it, running as an action. Right? What else? Can it be a noun? Yes. Can it be a noun? Uh, run length encoding. Do you know? Run length encoding is a famous algorithm. It can be also used as a noun, verb. Now it can run can also represent the tense of it. कि present tense है, past tense है, okay, something like this. So same word we can extract the what do you say, verb is what do you say, POS, part of speech of the word, right? Meaning of the word. We can say we can extract the tense of the word, right? We can extract, can it be the first? See, think about if a word is coming as a first word in the sentence, then the meaning of the sentence changes, yes or no? Right? हमने देखा अभी. We saw some examples. If we change the sequence of the words and some particular word comes as a first word in the sentence, then it becomes a question. Yes, guys, you agree with me? Yes, like what, how, these are kind of question making words, right? So every word comes up with different aspects. So is it a first word? Is it a last word in the sentence? So same word, we can extract various aspects, okay, from the same word, okay? So see, one word, we are extracting part of speech, we are extracting meaning, we are extracting tense, we are extracting, can it be a first word, can it be a last word? So many things we can extract. So that's why word embedding people, they thought that each word should not be represented as a single value, but it should be represented as multiple dimension or a vector of values. So one word is converted into array of values. Let's say 1, 2, 5, 7, like this. Okay, so एक word लेके हम एक vector बनाएंगे, हम एक values का array बनाएंगे. That is a vector. It will have multiple values. Okay, so that we can represent different aspects from that word. Okay, I hope I am able to clarify you some basic understandings. Okay. Now, because each word can be represented in vector of values, we can find out the relationship between vectors, and this enhances our natural language understanding, NLE. This helps in NLE. And guys, in our ChatGPT, in transformers, we are going to use pre-trained word embeddings, which is the basis of natural language understanding. Like what to vec was brought by Google. Then there is fast text brought by your Facebook. Then GLOW by MIT University, GenSim, another library. So many libraries, they have come up with their own embeddings, and based on different companies, they are using their own embeddings for creating ChatGPT. Okay, so VectorDB has this word embeddings. So what is a VectorDB? All text documents are converted to embeddings format and stored in a database called as VectorDB. So why it is known as VectorDB? What is a vector? Vector is the embeddings. So vector is the array. And what are those array? The text words embeddings are converted into array and stored. Now guys, because of this, VectorDB is a specially mint database. See, there are many natural, normal databases. Any of you coming from technical background, do you know the names of different databases? Yes, कोई databases के नाम बता सकता है? Few of the databases which are common. You know the databases like SQL, या और कोई databases you know? Yes, guys. Which all databases you have heard about? PostgreSQL, that's right. Oracle, MongoDB. Yes, that's right. So MySQL, MS SQL, right? So guys, understand that there are various kinds of databases, but VectorDB is a specialized database just to keep the vectors. It is not like normal table and there is architecture like a table and columns and rows. No, it is a specialized database only meant to store the vectors, and specially word vectors or word embeddings. And why it is specialized? Because it enables searching all relevant documents for a query. So if you give some words, if I give 3 words, all the documents which are relevant to these 3 words will be extracted from the complete database. Okay, so this is a very kind of a effective database or effective technology, specially used for our generation of data or understanding when we want to answer the query of the user का कोई क्वेश्चन है उसको अगर तुम्हें आंसर करना है तो ये जो डेटाबेस जिस तरह से बनता है ये बहुत ही यूजफुल है guys. It is specialized for storing, indexing and efficiently querying the vector data. इसका sole purpose है vector data and that's why its name is VectorDB. So how it does this, how it achieves this kind of storage or searching or indexing? Why it is efficient is because approximate nearest neighbor algorithm. It is not going to work with exact matches. Exact matches नहीं करता है वो क्या करता है approximate nearest neighbor matches. जैसे for example there is a cosine similarity, one of the popular similarity measures which are used in VectorDB to find out the similar documents is cosine similarity. Okay, so it is going to okay, so it is going to kind of you say that okay, find the relevant kind of documents, okay, using this VectorDB, and it is it is very wonderful because of the specialized architecture followed by the database. Now guys, another aspect of ChatGPT which is making it very strong is reinforcement learning. Okay, now understand that how many of you guys, how many of you are experienced this? Okay, you do some search on YouTube, you do some search on Google, or you do some search on Facebook, or I don't know, Insta, maybe you are looking at something, you like something, and you start getting advertisements related, or you start getting posts related to that. Yeah, let's say you watch a YouTube video and you are getting some Insta reels related to that video. How many of you seen this? Or reverse way, that there are some Insta reels you are watching, you like some reel, you know, like thumbs up it, then you get some advertisement, or you get some SMS also, you get some discounts also. Yes, it happens. How it is happening? One of the major contributor to is a reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning is used by ChatGPT also. So what happens is, guys, there is an agent, there is a software. Agent in our case is software. It generates a response. Okay, it generates something for us. Okay, ads also are, yes, related to that. Yes, ads also come related to that. So software, it generates something for you. Let's say YouTube generates something for you, Instagram generates some reel for you. Now it generates something and there is an environment. Basically this is the user. What is the environment? Is the user. Now user takes this, whatever Instagram post you are seeing, and user rewards it, user likes it, okay, say thumbs up, so reward is given. So now your agent, your software is learning, oh, user is liking this. Okay, or let's say you skip it, तुम skip कर देते हो video, you just scroll through it, you don't see it, so you're you're giving a penalty. Okay, there is a penalty. You don't watch a YouTube video completely, you just watch it and close it, you just watch it for 1 minute and close it, or maybe Insta reel, you just skip it. तो क्या होगा? It is taken as a penalty कि this is not interested stuff, user doesn't want to see it, so it will be taken as a penalty. So guys, understand this software ChatGPT, it is continuously taking the feedback from the users, many users, what is appreciated by the users, what is rejected by the users, what is accepted by the users, what is rejected by the users, and based on that it is refining itself. It is refining, it is training itself, it is refining itself. Okay, so based on the reward and penalty fine tunes the next responses. तो जब तुम next time ChatGPT use करोगे, based on your previous responses, based on your previous queries, it is going to fine tune the responses, and this continuous learning process is continuously happening, and that is possible because of reinforcement learning concept. Now guys, this was the complete architecture of our ChatGPT. Okay, we saw natural language understanding, knowledge base, natural language generation. We saw reinforcement learning, and we know chatbot means we are able to chat with the chat GPT. So these are the parts of the chat GPT. We saw it in details. Now there are some, okay, any clarification of any of these terms before I go to one last 1 or 2 points and we are going to conclude. So any clarification regarding whatever we discussed till now? Okay, great. There is no question. That is fine. Okay. So one of the terms or one of the latest thing which is coming up with chat GPT is known as prompt engineering. Let's see, there's a very useful concept regarding chat GPT called as prompt engineering. What happens is that, let's say you want chat GPT to answer in a precise manner regarding a specialized subject. तुम्हें क्या करना है, एक स्पेशलाइज सब्जेक्ट में प्रिसाइज आंसर्स निकालने हैं. You don't want general understanding, you don't want general kind of answers, you want a special area, want precise answers. So what you do is you use prompt engineering. What is that? So you have to tell the chat GPT to be a specific expert. Like, now you are an expert Python developer, answer me how to write a prime number program, or answer me how to write a factorial program, something like this. Okay. So you are prompting, so you are telling that you are expert Python developer. Now, when you tell this to ChatGPT, what happens is that this localizes the search space. Dekho, we saw there is a knowledge base, right? There is a vector DB. The vector DB contains huge amount of data, right? Now your vector DB of ChatGPT, it is a very huge, very large amount of data. So when we get this large amount of data, how are we going to get general specific answers? So that's why what happens is when we say prompt as expert Python developer, so out of this vector DB, only the part where the documents are Python documents, only that part will be selected. Now chat GPT is not going to respond from any other part of the vector DB. It has selected, it has localized the search space. उसने localize कर लिया इस particular area में. Now only Python it is searching. Now if you ask a question, it will answer only from a Python perspective. It will not answer from any other perspective. So one thing is you have very efficient use of ChatGPT क्योंकि time कम लगेगा. It will reduce the amount of time of search. Second thing is you will get detailed answer because you are specialized. You will get specialized answer because you are told to be specialized in a particular subject matter. You will get specialized answer, you will get precise answers. So that is what is a prompt engineering. Now, what people are doing is they are going ahead, they are taking ahead this concept and experiments on multiple roles of ChatGPT interacting with each other. Like, let's say you create two ChatGPT. You have one ChatGPT, say Python developer, another ChatGPT, again one more Python developer, and there is a one more ChatGPT who is a tester, who is going to test the software. There is a tester. Or you can say there is one ChatGPT who is a researcher, okay, who is a medical researcher, and there is another ChatGPT who is a researcher in AI domain. Now both of them combine, responses, and then you have another kind of response. So see, now what will happen? This Python developer, there are two people, two ChatGPT. They will give us some code. They will give us some code, and what we'll do is we'll take this code and give it to the tester and tell how you will test this. and tester will generate some response, and this response will give to the developer and say that, okay, the developer, see, these are the faults in your program, so please fix it. So these developers will generate some kind of fixation. So are you understanding that prompt engineering means using a specialized kind of uh, area for a particular ChatGPT thing? We are creating agents or small softwares. Now they will interact and generate specialized things. Okay, that's called as prompt engineering. And you can, the major advantage of this is you can automate this stuff. You can automate it using Python. You can automate it using various scripts. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, coming to one very important thing, that limitations. We should know that as we are coming from science background, we should always know that everything in this world has limitations. So even ChatGPT has a limitation. One of the limitation which ChatGPT itself says that retraining the LLM is not fully automated. Uh, Many a times when you are using the free ChatGPT thing, that time it says that I have the data from till 2022. I don't have the latest data. That's what it says, right? So somebody was asking why it cannot answer on real-time data. I think there was a question regarding real-time data. Somebody was saying, yes, are you there? So somebody was asking about real-time data. So why it is not answering on real-time data? Yes, Rajesh, because the point is they want to sell it, right? Finally, it's a business. So if you want the responses on real-time data, you will have to get a paid membership, and then you will get real-time stock predictions, you will get real-time things, because it will use the real-time data. It will get the answers on the real time. Okay. So they just want a promotion. See, जैसे वो sample, you know, right? A new hotel or new restaurant is opening in your area. So what they do on the first day, they will announce some discounts. They say 50% off on this particular item or something, and then people will come and test the food, and they say, okay, wonderful, restaurant is nice. So then from tomorrow, no discount, right? From tomorrow you can say that, oh, yesterday I got 50%. I can say that. So now you have to pay real time data. You have to pay, Rajesh. Okay. Otherwise, its architecture is fine. There is no limitation on the real-time data as such. Uh, LLM architecture doesn't stop it. Understand that LLM will not automatically learn from the people, from users, because there is a threat of wrong information, misinformation given by the people. Also, answers limitation is, guys, remember that answers are based on existing knowledge or literature only. It cannot generalize few things. Okay, ये possible ही नहीं है, cannot happen. As I'll tell you, I have been into AI research since last 10 years. And uh, really, I used to believe till 2020. Till 2020, I used to really believe that AI is advancing very fast and all that. But in Corona times, the reality, we saw the reality, and the way uh, people were suffering, the way, even if AI claims to have developed in such a large way and all that, still on ground help to the really those people who need that help is very limited, guys. You know, here we are sitting in an AC room getting some response of ChatGPT, it's fine. But then really that response of ChatGPT and converting into something valuable, there is a hell lot of a difference between that. Okay, so okay, yeah, I know as a AI researcher, I should promote, I should encourage that ChatGPT is a good thing. But then At the same time, that you should know reality that there are a lot of limitations. It's not that it's a magic wand, then it will solve all the problems. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. There's only it is going to bind by the existing knowledge. It cannot look beyond that. It can't look beyond that. Okay. One simple example, ये तो कोई भी मतलब this is a simple kid understanding that change of version of a software. Recently, I was asking ChatGPT some questions regarding Google Docs, and recently Google Docs version has changed. And few questions it was like outdated information it was giving, because version of the Google Doc, the documentation it is the ChatGPT was referring was old. So obviously it is remember. So if the version of the software or coding languages they change, like Python, there are major changes when Python was 3.4 and 3.8. Major changes, and recently now 3.12 again Python is coming up with a lot of changes. So if there are such changes, then ChatGPT will be limited in its giving answers, its responses. Another thing is, now understand, this is a very dangerous thing which ChatGPT does. That there is a special case. There is a special case. Like think about. Uh, I have given a very extreme example. I know that not every 95-year-old lady survived in COVID-19, right? But there were few cases. I say kuch log the, there were few people, even if they were very old, very sick, but still they survived in COVID. But then you cannot generalize it for everyone, right? But ChatGPT, if you see in some technical details or some special areas, what it does is there are some special cases. It takes the special case as a truth and generalizes that special case for everyone, which is not right thing. Okay, which is not right thing. So still now it is not understanding when to generalize, when not to generalize. There has to be a lot of work to be done to make ChatGPT understand that there are some things which cannot be generalized and there are some things which need to be generalized. So this, I think, will learn, it will learn in coming time. Okay, but then remember, this is a very important limitation of ChatGPT. We all should know. Specialized part of the syntaxes may be extended to have them generalized, leading to wrong syntaxes. And this has happened. There are many of my colleagues, many of my people around which I deal with them, which are involved in coding. They give me this, that ChatGPT, what it does is sometimes it gives wrong syntaxes because special cases of syntaxes is generalized into kind of general syntax, which is not the right thing. Okay. Now, do's and don'ts. This is the last point, and we will conclude. So, ask questions about what are the do's. Ask questions about general concepts. Pujo, general concepts. What is the weather today? What about Pune city? You can ask about your city. You can ask about some weather or something. General concepts. But remember, don't share your personal information like locations, diseases, habits. Especially young generations, they tend to do this, that they are asking questions regarding, I have this XYZ habit, how I can, means maybe I am lazy, how I can improve, or I always make mistakes in my coding, so how I can improve. So they tend to ask such questions to ChatGPT. And guys, this is what is happening is, this is going to be pathetic thing, because ChatGPT, again, finally, it is a business, right? So they may misuse this personal information later. Ask about technical questions from general domains or coding questions. You can ask technical or general domains, you can ask, but then don't ask questions about sensitive customer information. Don't tell, I have a customer, think about, there is an employee of a company, say what he does is he asks the ChatGPT that, okay, one of my customer, he wants specialized bottles for juice storage. So how I can generate these bottles, and what will be the amount of expenditure and all that. It starts asking ChatGPT. Then ChatGPT will understand that there is a customer like this in this company. and then they will exploit it. So this is a very, very big security threat. Understand the answer carefully. What are the do's? Whenever you get answers from the chat GPT, understand them carefully, accept it after verification. Always you should have a double check. Don't blindly trust or copy paste the answers. Please, guys, this is my sincere request to all of you. I have seen many people saying this to me. I have seen many places people going wrong because of this, because of blindly copy pasting from chat GPT. Please don't ever do that. Yes, the answer is good, summary is good, but then at the same time you have to understand the answer carefully, accept it after verifying it. Don't just trust it and take it. General awareness, basics of concept is fine with ChatGPT. Don't use for specialized advice like health, relationship advice. Have a short conversations with ChatGPT. ChatGPT itself claims that if you are going to have a long conversations, then ChatGPT has proved to fail in long conversations. So be careful. Just have short conversation, 1 or 2 interactions, 2, 3 interactions, and that's fine. Okay. Don't have longer kind of interactions with ChatGPT. Ask questions in precise words. Don't ask long questions. One thing is, because if you ask too long question, you will be charged. There will be charges. Be aware about misinformation or artificial information, guys. Many a times, because of generation, because ChatGPT generates the summary, sometimes it may generate some artificial information by mistake. Okay, it's not intentionally done by ChatGPT, but then by mistake it may do that. So we have to be careful that there can be some artificial information or misinformation hidden when we are reading the answer or reading the summary. Okay, don't accept answers without verification. Okay, so this is a tree of currently how the chat GPTs, how their GPT models are growing and all the year span. With this, I would like to conclude for today. If you have any questions, yes, thank you. There are many participants saying that this was an informative session. Thank you for your decent interactions all of you have been doing in this session. Thank you. Any questions? I am here for 2-3 minutes. Otherwise, formally we have concluded the session. Oh, what is difference between AI, ML, and DL? Oh, yes, I would say simply as of today, you can say as of today, don't think about the differences between them. Think about like I'll give you an example. Okay, give an example. N, your name is N. So have you been to your kitchen? कभी तुम kitchen में गए हो? Have you visited your kitchen? I'm just remembering a very simple example. So think about in kitchen you have different knives. अलग-अलग तरह के knives होते हैं. Okay. So there is a knife to cut a very big cabbage. There is a knife to cut tomato. There is a different knife to cut something. So guys, finally, N, understand, AI, ML, and DL as of today is AI. All of them are AI. All of them are knives. And as per the different application, you will use different things at different times. As per the different application, you will use different them. To be precise, in technical way, I will answer it. AI is a very broad branch in which ML and DL are subpart. ML is machine learning, which is based on statistics. And inside ML, one small branch comes deep learning, which is precisely dealing with neural networks. So this is a precise answer for your question. And I gave you a general answer and a precise answer. Okay. Share PPT. Okay, we will try to share the PPT. Deepak sir, can we share the PPT? Please fill the feedback, guys.
Yeah,
Feedback
please fill the feedback, and after that, we will share the PPT once we discuss among the,
Yes. So, you can get in touch with uh, Deepak sir, coordinators, and they will provide you with the PPTs, no problem.
Yes, so you'll get PPT certificate and the the session recording on your email.
Yes. Now, this is, it's not that I have done this myself. I have taken references. Okay. So thank you guys. Deepak sir, anything else?
So thank you so much everyone to join the session, and thank you so much, Dr. Shantanu Pathak sir, to deliver the nice session. I hope everyone enjoyed the session. So we'll conclude for today. For upcoming any session, you will receive email from our side. So thank you so much, and you have
Yes,
good evening.
most likely we will have a continuation session for this session going in the, because some of them are really interested in more technical depth of ChatGPT. I'll try to arrange. Let's see when it is possible. We will communicate you to you as Deepak sir said. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.